In chapter 1152, Sony is thrilled to see Zachary and eagerly reaches out to him. Serenity notices that Zachary has brought the same fruits she had bought for her sister. Zachary explains that his plans got cancelled, so he decided to come over and have a meal with his family. Liberty welcomes Zachary and insists that he and Serenity don't need to bring anything when visiting in the future. She offers them some of the excess fruit and prepares a place for Zachary at the table. Shortly after, the doorbell rings again, and Sony goes to answer it. This time, he uses a stool to reach the doorknob and tells the adults not to follow him. Sony excitedly announces the arrival of Mr. and Mrs. Brown, Liberty's ex-in-laws. Mrs. Brown expresses concern about Sony using the stool and criticizes Liberty for letting him open the door. She also notices the abundance of seafood on the dining table and assumes it must be expensive. Mrs. Brown recalls how they rarely had seafood in their own home due to financial constraints imposed by Jessica. Mrs. Brown recalls how they rarely had seafood in their own home due to financial constraints imposed by Jessica. Jessica controlled the family finances and refused to buy seafood for Chelsea, causing tension between her and Chelsea. However, Mrs. Brown refrains from commenting further upon seeing Zachary, understanding that a generous meal is justified when he is present. Mr. Brown then reveals their true intention for visiting, to request that Sony stay with them for a while. Liberty, who dislikes her ex-husband's family, remains indifferent to their request. Since Liberty's restrictions on their interactions with Sony have been lifted by her new daughter-in-law, Mr. and Mrs. Brown are eager to spend time with their grandson and waste no time in making their intentions known.